Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Gringo Nation live stream. It has been a while for sure. I'm doing this live stream because I have bought a ticket to my next travel destination. I will hit the road again in November, so I just wanted to jump on here and tell you guys about that. This is actually a strange time to do a live stream. I've never done one in the afternoon like this before. Um, but I checked on YouTube Analytics and it said that a lot of you being my subscribers, would be here in the afternoon. So I thought, why not give it a shot? So as you guys roll on in, feel free to say hello and thank you everyone for joining. And also, if you have any questions during the live stream, please feel free to ask anything. So let's begin. I just want to say welcome to Gringo Nation. Check out these cool banners. Yeah, welcome to Gringo Nation. The whole thing about this channel is that I want to help you awaken your travel dreams. If you have dreams of seeing the world and you want to get out there and experience life, I can be your guinea pig and give you the inspiration, the travel tips, and all the practical guides that you may need to do that. So as I mentioned, guys, it's been a while since the last live stream. It's actually been 1 year, which is crazy. So it's been 1 year since the last live stream, and a lot has happened since then. I actually had to go in and check when I did my last live stream. It was last year. I was in Bogota in Colombia. It was my last night in South America. And from there, I continued on through Central America. I spent around 5 months in Mexico. And I guess during that time, it was actually a really difficult time because I was not making tons of money, and the budget was really, really low. I wasn't able to meet a lot of people during my travels, so it was kind of lonely. I think honestly, I was just a little depressed during that whole time. So I don't think that I felt like doing live streams, which, you know what, may have been a mistake. It probably would have been cool to jump on here and talk to you guys, but what can I do? I guess I just didn't feel like doing them at the time. But that has changed, and I hope I can start doing them more regularly again, hopefully every month or so, or maybe even more than that. So hopefully this is the beginning of a new era. So after that trip through Central America and Mexico, I went back to Ecuador earlier this year. And I spent about a month there. But at the time, I had lost my teaching job, so I couldn't really do anything. I just kind of hung around in Ecuador for a month, making some content and stuff like that. And then I came back to Brazil, enjoyed some time with friends and family. And that's when I tried to transition into a job that I've been trying to do. It's a very specific job for the tourism industry. And I've been trying to land the job in that role for years now. And I finally got an opportunity with an American company. So I actually borrowed some money. I flew out to Colorado. I stayed at my friend Nikki's house, who was nice enough to host me. And then I went and did the staff training and things like that. And things didn't go as planned. I won't get into it, but kind of a bad situation occurred, one that I felt really embarrassed by, and honestly just kind of humiliated. It was really bad, and I ended up not doing that job. So um, I checked to see if I could change my flight back to Brazil, but it was like hundreds of dollars. So I just figured I'd stay in the US and hang out with Nikki for a while and just spend that money on food instead of to change a flight to come back home here. But that's where I am today, guys. I am in my hometown of São Paulo, Brazil. So I guess I arrived here in early August. I've been having a blast hanging out with everyone here. This is my childhood room at my parents' house, and I have started working again. So I'm teaching English to Japanese adults, which has been really cool. They're super polite and really chill and funny, so much better than teaching children. So I'm pretty excited about that. And because it's less stressful, I've just been able to work more and more. So that's really good, because then I think when I hit the road again, I'll have a bigger budget since I'll be able to work more as well. So that's just been really fun. I've just kind of been working and saving up money for this trip that I'm going to tell you guys about right now. So let's see here. Where am I going? And this won't be a very long live stream, by the way. As I mentioned, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. There will be a Q&A session at the end as well, but I'm happy to answer them as we go along too. So where am I going, guys? I've had this dream of visiting a few places now, for a while, and they are for different. Each one is for different reasons. The one thing I knew is that I had to get to Europe first. So to visit these places I want to visit, I need to go to Europe first. Now, the cheapest flights from Brazil to Europe are usually to Portugal or to Spain. I usually fly to Portugal. My good friend Danny Boy and Luigi live there. So I usually stay at their house and then I travel somewhere else from there. They've actually moved to Spain recently, to Madrid. So I figured I'd go see their house in Madrid, since I've actually seen every single one of their houses in Portugal. I figured I'd go hang out with them in Madrid. I also have some other friends that live in Madrid, and I have my dear friend Julie, who lives in Valencia. And Julie is going to the Philippines in November. So she reached out and she said that I could stay at her house while she's in the Philippines. Now, that's a perfect opportunity for me, because I can work from their house and save up more money before I go on this epic trip that I am planning after Spain. So, number one is definitely Spain. So, I found a really good price on a ticket from Sao Paulo to Madrid. It was about $320 one way, which was a real steal, if you ask me. So I will be leaving Sao Paulo on November 18th, and I will be going to Madrid. I'll just be in Madrid for a few days, and then I will head to Valencia. As I mentioned, I will house sit for my friend Julie for about a month. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Julie returns to Valencia from the Philippines around December 21st. And then I'll see if I'm going to spend New Year's either in Valencia or in Madrid with my other friends. And then that's when things start getting interesting. So around January, I want to say January 20th or so. So I guess I'll be in Spain also more than half of January. Around January 20th, I think I'm heading to Egypt. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm ready to buy my ticket from Spain to Egypt. It's always been a dream of mine to see Egypt. Hasn't always been the right time in terms of logistics, like flying to Africa isn't always so easy. Also, there's the weather and the extreme tourism, of course, that they have in Egypt. It just never really felt right, but it's kind of like on my bucket list of places to see. Like, I cannot die without seeing Egypt, as I feel most of us probably shouldn't. So I'm really excited about it. I've decided to bite the bullet and just do it. I told my friend Nikki about it, who obviously you guys must know from the videos in Georgia and Turkey. She got really excited about the idea as well, so it will be really good to travel there with her. Obviously, we can split some costs. I think she'll also feel safer traveling there with someone else. So that's the plan. After Spain, I will be headed to Egypt. I can't wait to make tons of content there and see all there is to see there. There's also a spot in Egypt called Dahab. And I've been really meaning to see this place because it's kind of like an up and coming digital nomad mecca. I know the internet isn't that great there, so I will be probably investing in some portable modem so that I can teach while I travel. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Dahab and, of course, the deserts and all the ancient Egyptian culture. I really can't wait. My initial plan was to spend 1 month in Egypt. Now I'm not so sure. I don't think I'll be spending that much time in Cairo. So depending on how the internet is there, we'll see if my portable modem works as well. I will be trying to work as I go. So it remains to be seen how long I'll be spending in Egypt, but probably a month maximum, but realistically probably less than that. Now, from Egypt, I am looking to travel to a country that honestly it attracts a lot of eyeballs to YouTube channels for some reason. And as some of you may know, I've traveled extensively through Asia and Southeast Asia. But when I did not have a YouTube channel. And a lot of Asian countries attract, as I said, a lot of eyeballs to the old YouTube channels. And I've been so happy with the growth of this channel and the community we built here, but I'm really trying to make a living off of this. So I want it to spread as much as possible. And if that means traveling to these countries, some of them which I've never even been to before, that seems like a win-win in my book. So I've noticed through other channels that one of the countries that attracts the most eyeballs to YouTube channels lately has been Pakistan. Pakistan is quite close to Egypt. So, I wouldn't say close, but close enough that you can get a cheap flight. So I'm thinking that after Egypt, I will fly to Pakistan. Nikki has shown some interest in flying there with me. So again, I would be able to split the costs, which is a win-win. Yeah, and I'm just gonna try to stay there as long as possible. I know that there will probably be a bit of a culture shock. I've never been to those countries in that area, and I know the culture is very different, often pushy and chaotic and tons of other stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how I do there. But I plan on staying as long as possible. I'm guessing a tourist visa there gives me around 3 months. And in that time, I'm just going to try to make as much content as possible. So you'll be seeing a lot of videos from Pakistan for sure. From there, it's kind of remains to be seen. I turned 39 years old in June, and sometimes I feel like my travel juice is running out. But then when I'm back home in Brazil, I just feel like kind of doing it all over again. So depending on how things go, I might want to continue because, as I mentioned, I've been to Asia before, but I've never documented it on my channel. Obviously, Asia is very far away from my home country of Brazil, as we can notice here on the map, the world map. So it's kind of a sticky situation where if I go too far, I spend too much trying to come back. Then again, if I make it far enough all the way to Australia, and New Zealand, I can catch a flight from Auckland, the capital of New Zealand, all the way around the world to Chile, and then I'm back home in South America. So it kind of remains to be seen what's going to happen after that. I'm going to have to reevaluate my budget after Pakistan, try to see if I still have the juice to continue on, but I really would like to continue into Asia. So after Pakistan, I'm not sure, but I have a list of places that I would like to visit, places I've been considering recently. So the stands, you guys know about the stands? I even pulled it up here on Google. So it says here, Central Asia has a more colloquial name, the stands. This vast region stretching from the Caspian Sea to China consists of Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, with Afghanistan and Iran below, and mighty Russia looming to the north. Recently, I was checking out someone's Instagram. Feel free to follow him. His name is The Local Drift on Instagram. Really nice guy from the Philippines. He was actually in Kazakhstan, I believe. I think he went to Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. But he was in Kazakhstan, and I was just looking at his Instagram, and it seemed really interesting. and it's a place that not a lot of people know about have visited. So I think that would also attract a lot of attention to the channel. And just going back to Pakistan quickly, it's a country that is really growing in tourism as well. So a lot of people will be thinking about going to Pakistan in the coming years. And that has worked before on my channel with Georgia. I think I arrived there early and made 1 year of content there. So the channel really started growing with Georgian content. So potentially that could happen with Pakistan as well. Anyways, back to plans after Pakistan. So the stands might be a total possibility. Seems safe, seems cheap, close enough to Pakistan. So I might go to the stands. Now, another option after that would be Sri Lanka. I've heard great things about Sri Lanka. In fact, I'm producing a video now where I ask travel vloggers to suggest a country for you to visit in 2024. And spoiler alert, one of those travel vloggers mentioned Sri Lanka. And I've just been seeing a lot of people travel there, and it always looks like a lot of fun. It looks like the country's quite small, so you can get around easily. It's reasonably cheap, and it looks beautiful. Tons of beaches and stuff. So Sri Lanka is definitely on my list. Now, if I can continue on after that, I would love to go to Malaysia. I've been to Malaysia before, but there's definitely a lot more exploring that I need to do there. In the capital, Kuala Lumpur, there's a really great quality of life there because their apartment buildings are super modern. So even if you have like a modest little apartment, you can get something with like a pool and a gym and a rooftop, really cool building. So that's potentially something I'd be interested in. It's also a great travel hub. So from Malaysia, I can go to tons of other places. So Malaysia is definitely an option as I continue further into Asia. Then I would probably stop in Thailand because why not? I've been to Thailand many times, but there's always great reasons to return. And Thailand, in terms of YouTube content, is kind of not the best because a lot of people, a lot of digital nomads and things have made content in Thailand, so it's a bit saturated. That said, there's always a way to find a way to do something different, right? So it's not like I'm not going to make content in Thailand. I would just have to find a way to make sure it's different enough that people are interested. So if I have enough juice and enough money to head into Asia, I will probably end up in Australia, more specifically the north of Australia, because my good friend Oscar, who maybe you guys have seen in the Mexico videos, more specifically in the Puerto Escondido video, great friend of mine who I met in Indonesia. He's an English teacher and he lives in Darwin, Australia. And he's got a pretty sick apartment there that he's always inviting me to, but it's so far that I can never make it. So if I do end up heading into Southeast Asia, I am going to finally go visit him in Australia. I could probably stay there for a while and get the funds up again, and then finally make my way down to New Zealand, which I lived in for 2 years. So it'd be great to revisit the country and Queenstown, especially in the south. I love that country so much, so beautiful, lots of great memories there. I could even go visit the ice cream shop and cafe where I used to work at, so that would be super exciting. Probably see a lot of old friends there as well. So if I do make it all the way to New Zealand, then I'll just probably save up some money and buy a ticket from Auckland to Santiago, Chile, as I mentioned, and then from Chile, head back home to Brazil. Now, this journey that I described, going from, like point here on the map, going from Brazil to Central Asia, all the way to New Zealand here, that's going to take me quite a long time probably because I won't have enough money to do it quick. So I'm thinking that'll take me at least a year. Do I have the finances? Do I have the energy to do it? I'm not sure, but we will find out. If I don't, I will definitely do Spain, as I've mentioned. I will go to Egypt for sure, and I will visit Pakistan after that. So there's a chance that after Pakistan, the trip will be done and I will come back home. But if not, I will continue on to the stands, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand, Australia. And as I've always said in my videos, guys, these plans change all the time. So this is a rough plan of what I want to do. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but it remains to be seen. So I just wanted to jump on here and tell you guys about that. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I hope that you all are doing great. And I hope to see you guys in the videos. Please leave comments and stuff. I love chatting with you guys. Love hearing about your travel plans as well. So even in the comments of this video, tell me about what you plan on doing, where you plan on traveling next. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as you may know, I also offer travel consultations. So feel free to check the link in any of my videos, and the link to my travel consultations will be there. So I think that's about it for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you on the next one. I promise the next live stream won't take as long as this one has, because as I said, it was a year since the last one. So hopefully the next one won't take a year. And today I've actually been testing out my new microphone. It's a really cute little microphone. It's called Blue Snowball. And I think it's been working pretty well so far. So I'm going to end this stream and watch it to see if the audio has been good, or if you guys have just not been hearing anything I've been saying this whole time. Hopefully the former. So thanks, guys. It was real pleasure talking to you today, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Wish me luck.